Tonight's debate will involve the members of the public. The public has sent in the questions to RTHK. There is a three-member panel which selected the questions by random. In this segment, together with the free debate session, it would have a total of 9 minutes. You're going to have 1 minute 30 seconds. Each time. The questions were kept confidential. None of the debaters knew about the questions. This question is for Mr. Donald Tsang. I read out the question for you. Mr. Chief Executive, are you the Chief Executive or are you the string puppet? Why don't you just let the central authorities negotiate with the legislature direct? Is one country, two systems not worth the paper it's written on? Well, we've come to a stage where the central authorities have said that we're going to move forward democratically with our 2012 system. So the people of Hong Kong will have to decide what to do. All the negotiation and discussions over 2012 will have to take place in Hong Kong. We need to have two-thirds majority in LegCo for this to happen. We cannot escape this responsibility. It has to be done in Hong Kong. One country, two systems being implemented successfully.
Yep.
So this question is for Ms. Audrey Yu. Let me read out the question. I believe you genuinely want Hong Kong to have progress in its democratic development, and the government's proposal is more democratic than the existing system. What if the government's proposal fails to meet your aspiration? As a LegCo member with voting rights, is it that you will not settle for a proposal that you are unhappy with? And as a result, we will veto the proposal and deny Hong Kong progress in its political development? And what are your plans after the proposal has been vetoed? Now, in fact, this is not my position. I think our requests are just reasonable. They're asking us to wait for another 10 years, 2017, 2020. And I think at least the government owes us and the people of Hong Kong an answer. We are asked to wait, and they have to tell us that we are waiting for genuine universal suffrage, and there must not be functional constituencies. In fact, according to the experts, no matter what change you do to the FCs, they won't be able to satisfy the principle of equal and universal suffrage. And as to what is going to happen after the package has been vetoed, in 2005, after the package was vetoed, the CE submitted a report to the central authorities saying that 60% of the people of Hong Kong supported the package, and then we were told that there would be direct elections in 2017 and 2020. So this time, I hope that the CE can explain to the central authorities that the central authorities should allow Hong Kong people to discuss among themselves a roadmap leading towards universal suffrage.
This question is for Mr. Chief Executive. Mr. Bowtie, this is your show time. Why did you and your team disappear so quickly the other day? Why didn't you attempt to explain your rubbish, rotten constitution reform package to the public? I didn't hear a word. You asked for support. People didn't know what they were asked to support. You were acting so autocratically. Do you think that your rubbish, rotten package is taking people for a ride? Well, I'm sure that from the wording of this question, it is a testimony of democracy that exists in Hong Kong. I think you have to understand that when I took to the street, I was surrounded by scores of reporters. We were asked to all these questions. Ms. Audrey Yu and her colleagues were surrounding us with really high decibel. It would be very difficult for us to explain one-on-one to the members of the public. So I chose what I did on Saturday. I visited a number of districts. I met a number of residents, explaining to them what really happened, why this package is so important, why the passage of this package is so important. We did that. I think we have to, I agree, to explain the package to the people of Hong Kong. The televised debate tonight is to give me an opportunity to explain this package, the advantages of this package, why what problems we're going to face if we do not pass this package. I'm sure that questioner would get an answer.
So this question is for Ms. Audrey Yu. The Radical 5 districts referendum which you led has failed. Do you think it's high time you abandoned your radical approach? voting is nothing radical. It's interesting to hear the CE's reply to the previous question. He said that those who are in the same group as Audrey Yu bombarded him. So it seems that the CE wants to label me as a radical. Now, I want to tell you that there are many teachers who oppose your proposal. For example, Ms. Mei Lan, and then some other teachers, for example, Mr. Leung in Kwun Chong. Is it that teachers of liberal studies know that this package will lead us nowhere? They have discerning eyes. Hong Kong people like to reason. I'm also a reasonable person. Now, CE, please give us a roadmap that will lead to the abolition of functional constituencies, and of course there can be discussions.
There are two pre-recorded questions. This is a question for Mr. Chief Executive. Mr. Donald Tsang, the reform package, if this is voted down, will you resign? If you don't step down, how will you honor your election pledges? That you're going to play a big game regarding constitutional reform. In 2007, during the election campaign, I undertook to the people of Hong Kong that I would take my responsibility to in this regard. In 2007, December off, I got the support of the central authorities to clearly spell out the fact that in 2017 we're going to have universal suffrage for the chief executive and 2020 for LegCo. And this is very solemn. I don't think Ms. Audrey, you being a barrister, should question me in this regard. Here, in 2012, after consultation, we presented a model which is a progressive model, which is a step forward. In accordance with the people of Hong Kong, I've come up with a model which will get the support of the majority of the people of Hong Kong. This is my responsibility. Of course, if like Ms. Audrey, you and other members were to choose to veto this package, and then whoever veto this package will have to be held responsible. I'm sure that the people of Hong Kong have discerning eyes.
So we now have a pre-recorded question for Ms. Audrey Yu. Ms. Yu. Now, you and the Pan-Democrats are antagonistic towards the central authorities. Is this the reason why you oppose the reform package in 1997 or before 1997? Why was it that the Pan-Democrats didn't make any complaint concerning that system, but now you are making society divisive? Why is it that you are damaging harmony in Hong Kong? Hong Kong is part of China. We are not trying to be divisive. We are not being hostile towards the central authorities. We are talking about our rights under the basic law. We want a roadmap so that we can have universal suffrage with no functional constituencies. And in fact, this is a pledge that has been made by the central authorities. As to why we are doing what we are doing, I think this is what Hong Kong people want to see. This is what Hong Kong people want to do.